Geoff, the run continues.
Right about now.
Say it again.
How do you feel about the decision to go full-time right about now?
I feel great. I feel like it was the best decision I made in my life. Second best.
Tell us how you set up that knockout.
I went to the body. We were working on it in the back, kick him in the body, get his hand dropped, and take the next one to the head.
And did you notice anything go unexpectedly for you? Was there anything that you didn't expect or anything that surprised you?
He kicked me. I didn't expect him to kick me, but yeah, that was one thing I didn't expect.
And what would you like next? I mean, this is 5 in a row now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you said you wanted to pick up one more win when we spoke last. Do you still feel that way? Are you ready to start calling out guys?
I want somebody in the top 10. You know what I mean? I don't know who. That's one of those things that I'm going to sit down and talk to my coaches about. I don't want to just spread out a name. You know what I mean? I got people I got ideas, but right now we're just anybody in the top 10. And if somebody wants to call me out in top 10, feel free to do that.
The UFC commentators immediately said Santiago Ponzinibbio.
Yeah, that might be one of the ones.
He's got 2 more wins than you.
Yeah.
The second one up, or he's the next one up.
He's on a 7-fight win streak. Yeah.
What do you think about this journey and having come from the Contender Series and to being where you are right now? I mean, how has that been for you?
It's crazy. It's really crazy because the Contender Series fight that came out of nowhere. I just fought the week before, and then my coach called me. It was like that Friday. He was like, "Hey, you got to fight in like 2 days." And we flew out to Vegas, got the job done, and now I'm here 5-0 in the UFC. Like it all happened so quick.
Do you consider yourself like ready to face like someone in the top 5 already?
I'm ready to face anybody. Honestly, if whoever's put in front of me, I'm confident in my coaches and my team that they'll prepare me for any fight.
You think this is the type of win will get you back on the pay-per-view? You were on last time, now you're on the prelims?
I hope so. I really hope so. If it doesn't, then something's wrong. But it should get me back on the pay-per-view.
And do you feel like this is the type of name that will get you those bigger fights? Because Mike Perry's pretty well known, and a lot of people were actually known him in this fight. Like, how do you feel about sort of his name and recognition? Putting that on your resume.
I feel great about it, because he's known as the warrior, the tough guy. You know what I mean? And I put him away in a minute 30, so that should say something about me, and people should open their eyes up. Like, hey, this dude Geoff, he might be for real.
Did you feel like the fight would end that quickly?
No, but it did, and I'm happy. Just
Geoff,
being honest.
I know you got great coaching from head coach Safe Saud. I know you also had Alex mimicking.
Yeah.
How much was that a help?
Hey, that was really helpful. You know what I mean? Alex, he even had like this, like he had a paper, like he watched Mike Perry, and he like written down every time he threw certain strikes, and he's a smart guy. So he was, but it was really helpful.
Real big team effort from 4 to 7.
Great team effort.
Fighting Perry in his last couple of fights, he's been a little bit more circumspect. He hasn't been quite as crazy as perhaps earlier in his career. He looked like he was back to his aggressive self again today. How ready for you for that? Him coming straight at you like a bullet again?
I was ready for anything. He could have came out aggressive. He could have came out passive. Like we really left no stone unturned as far as the preparation for this fight. You know what I mean? So if he wanted to play, I want to see what happened. I want to see too. If he would have came out tentative, I'd have been ready for it. If he would have came out like even more aggressive, I'd have been ready for it. There was nothing that we weren't ready for.
Do you like being part of these bigger cards, where they have sort of these names, or would you prefer to, be in like a main event or co-main event on a fight night card?
As right now, I prefer to be on like, you know what I mean, because I don't have like that big of a name, but now that my name's probably gonna start growing, I do want to be like a co-main or a main event. That would be really cool.
Realistically, how far do you feel like you are? I mean, you're getting these wins. You're not just winning; you're knocking guys out. Do you see yourself fighting for a title, a couple fights from now, just because of the fact you're winning so impressively?
I don't know. I see 3. I really think I might get a title shot by or be in title contention by the end of the year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you just.
Oh, all right, I'll take it. So, Fortis MMA, one of the things with Coach Safe is there's sort of this standard. He sets like a very high standard for the rest of you. Does that help going into a fight like this, just being like, you got to carry the team? Because you guys have had a nice winning streak, this year especially. I forget what the record is, but it's very impressive.
He does set a standard, you know what I mean? His standard is UFC belt, you know what I mean? That's everybody's standard, that's everybody's goal in the gym, I want to say that it like, you know what I mean, like when I'm fighting, I'm just fighting to win, you know what I mean? I'm going in there doing my job, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to carry somebody on my back, you know what I mean? I'm carrying myself. At the end of the day, you're in the cage, so the only goal that I have is just win, and that's everybody else's goal too.
Is that Texas card a little too quick of a turnaround for you? Do you want some more time off?
I kind of do want a little more time off, I've been really going at it like since I got into UFC. I really haven't taken time to unwind or anything, but now I'm 5-0. Maybe I need to chill out just a little bit. Yeah.
Physically, how do you feel, Geoff?
I feel great. 100%. I can fight right now.
What do you think about a title fight tonight? Any idea which way you think that's going to go?
Usman by UD.
By what?
Unanimous decision. Yeah.
How would you feel about facing Usman?
I'll be honored to fight him. I like him. I like him as a fighter, a person. He's cool. You know, me and him, we actually trained together a couple times. I would love to fight him.
Last question: how do you keep this cool demeanor, man? You're always relaxed. You're always upbeat. Is that just your nature all your life? How do you bring that to fight when so many people can't?
I don't know. It's one of those things that I've really worked on over the years. People that know me from back in high school or that see me drunk, I'm crazy. I'm wild. You know what I mean? But this personality is new. You know, it's something that's taking work, taking time. I think serving actually helped me get this personality.
Yeah. And also at Fortis, a lot of people have that. I've noticed with coaches.
Yeah, they all do. It's an expectation. You know, you can't go in there acting like a jackass.
Hey, the other day when we were speaking at media day, you know, I said Mike Perry seems like he's being a little more friendly and laid back than normal. He said, well, maybe in his mind he thinks he's trying to lull you with a false sense of security. And then we saw the little playfulness at the weigh-in. But you weren't playing no games. I mean, you came out super aggressive. Do you think that he underestimated? Do you think he was playing psychological warfare and it kind of backfired on him?
Maybe, because when I walked in the cage, he had like a death look. You know what I mean? Like he was looking like he was going to come out there and try to take my head off. I'm like, oh, okay. So this is what we're doing. So I just gave him the death look right back.
How do you celebrate after a knockout like that?
Liquor. There's a bottle of vodka in my room. I'm going to chug it and see where the night takes me.
Watch out now.
Chug it, coach.
Then you're going to go to sleep anyway.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Anything you feel you have to work on? I mean, it's hard to see what that might be, but what are your thoughts? There's always something that can be done.
Exactly. There's always something that can be worked on. More combinations, work on my movement. Got to start doing more wrestling. You know what I mean? Don't want to get exposed there. You know what I mean? I feel like my wrestling's really good, but you never know until you go against somebody better than you.